everyone. Is everybody able to hear okay? Somebody could send me a quick chat. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so happy Motivation Monday. Hopefully everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know myself, I did. And maybe some of you have caught the Olympics. It's been quite exciting. Let's go ahead and kick today off with something inspirational here. So you must be willing to do something you have never done before to get to where you have never been before. Ain't that the truth? All right, so we're going to go ahead and just kick this off with a happy Motivation Monday. I hope everyone definitely, is staying warm. I was in the Midwest this last week, and it was definitely freezing cold, and we definitely had a lot of snow. So if you are anywhere in the Midwest, I hope you're staying nice and warm. My name is Tammy Stencil. I work with Dan. Dan is actually my manager. He is off traveling this week, so I'm covering for him. So I've kind of jumping in to help out where I can. Whoops, there we go. So to kind of go through how we cover Motivation Monday, we go through a tip of the week. We go through AHCP trends, and those are the sales trends. We also give shout outs to sales leaders, and we cover some different sales techniques or some tips to just kind of help you out with your sales process. Last week's tip of the week was covering the current sales incentives. You can find that on the AHCP website. If you go in there, there is a little hyperlink that you can click on that shows the different incentives that they're covering with the various carriers. We roll those out to all the agents so you can take advantage of those incentives as well. If you have any questions about that, you can definitely contact agency services, and they can go over some of the different incentives that they have. The tip of the week is Emeritus Dental. They're now in all 50 states, so they're truly in all 50 states, and that is great. It's a great time to be following up with your clients to ensure that they receive their enrollment packets if you sold during open enrollment. And if you didn't happen to sell a dental plan at that time, you can reach out to them, follow up, and make sure that they have a great dental plan. It's very easy to go through. They have vision plans available as an option as well. It's a one-stop shop, so definitely take advantage of that. They have some great plans available that you can just go through, make it quick and easy. Quoting is so simple with them. Selling individual dental and vision insurance really hasn't been easier with a customer hyperlink or a custom hyperlink that they have available to you for the agents. They do have opportunities for sales 24/7, so if all of a sudden your client decides to contact you at some crazy hour, it's something that you can still go through and help your client out with. So let's jump into the AHCP sales trends for the last week. There is a slight decrease in short-term medical. Some of the top short-term medicals, though, actually was with VBA, General Agent Center. And then there was an increase in the fixed benefit. So I love seeing the increase in the fixed benefit. It makes it a more comprehensive plan if you're selling it with the short term. Some great coverage there. For Medicare, we had an increase in the Medicare Advantage plans, increase in the Medicare prescription plans, which is fantastic. A slight decrease, though, with the Medicare supplements. And then our regular supplements, we did have a decrease in accident sales. The top one was Healthy America. And then there was an increase in the critical illness, Colorado Bankers Life, and a decrease in dental. But the top one was NatGen. So good job, guys. Keep those sales going. I know we're kind of in off season, but it sounds like you guys definitely have been doing some great sales regardless. So in second place, we have Jerome Hins Jr. for limited benefit sales. The top one was Robert Swander. So fantastic, wonderful, good job, Robert. I know you have a great team working with you. And then Sequin Barber in third place. These are all for the limited benefit plans with VBA as well as NatGen. And sales shout-outs for short-term medical. We have Dustin Pearson with NHIC and VBA. Carmi Bush came in third. Carmi was selling some VBA in there for some short-term medical. And Doug Moore. So good job. Shout out to you guys. Keep those sales nice, steady, and strong. Medicare shout outs. We have Claire London coming in first, Tamla Southen coming in second, and Eileen Elkins coming in third. So good job, guys. It sounds like you're able to go through and get them set up with some fantastic plans. The top plans sold were United as well as Humana and Aetna. So I just want to go over some basic phone sales processes and techniques. We're really converting into doing a lot of sales over the phone, and it's never been easier to do it over the phone. I just want to definitely cover some successful tips on how to do those phone sales process. Your first impressions can count tremendously. So smile even if you're on the phone, because people can definitely hear it in your voice and they can't see you. So it'll carry through that phone line if you're smiling. Be happy, but not annoyingly so. And definitely be naturally honest and professional. If you're not in a good mood to smile, do some paperwork, administrative work. Go take a walk, take a quick break. You guys are 1099. Definitely do something that's going to put you back in that happy mood, that's going to bring that smile back on your face. So you may need to, definitely make a few little changes, change up your routine a little bit if you need to, but get that smile back on your face because it will carry through that phone line. It makes a huge difference. And getting the attention is more difficult than it used to be because people are really less accessible. They have less free time and lots of, competing distractions. So think about it when is it best to call or contact somebody? And definitely gimmicks and tricks and crafty techniques don't always work because your prospect customers, like the rest of us, are irritated by hundreds of them every single day. So, if you're calling on the phone, you have about 5 seconds to attract attention when, at which time the other person has formed their first opinion of you. So definitely make sure that you're carrying that through. And when you're talking to them, the first few seconds are essential as they listen the most and make that rapid decision, whether you're worth giving them further attention. So don't waste these precious moments on niceties. Grab the other person's attention immediately. So the first step is your introduction. You want to greet and establish that control. The first is quick introduction of yourself. Who are you and what do you do? Then tell them why you're calling. This person picked up their phone, and why should they care? Next is what's in it for me, really. What is it, what is in it for them? Not only why are you calling, but why they care. Really, the what's in it for me is super important because if you give them real reason of why they should care. The last process is what are they in for, with the next steps. People like to know what's going to happen. We like to be prepared, and if you let them have a clear idea of what's going to happen, it will be easier to close them in the long run. So an example intro would be like, "Hi, John," or "Is John there? This is Tammy from AHCP Health Insurance calling. I wanted to touch base with you real quick. I noticed you had inquired about some health insurance coverage, so I'm following up with you to see how I could help you out." Well, John, what I do here is I'll ask you a few questions, ask about your health insurance needs. Together, we'll customize a plan that's going to best suit your needs. From there, we can make any changes needed, and as long as you like what you hear, we can go get you applied for the plan today. That was quick, easy, and simple. I laid out to him who I was, what I was calling for, letting him know that his time is valuable because I said it's going to be quick. And then I let him know that I was also there to help him. And I told him what I do, that I sell health insurance. And I just kind of went through and laid out that map for him. So what's your value statement? Advise your prospect that you're appointed with several health insurance carriers, that you can shop around and find the best policy that fits their needs. Lay out that roadmap for the client for what you are going to do and what they want to expect during the call. Let them know you'll need to gather information, ask a bunch of questions in order to find out the best plan that's going to fit their needs. Another example is, okay, John, let me tell you how this is going to work. I'm going to go through your information to all the major insurance carriers, because I just told them essentially I'm telling them I'm a broker and contracted with several insurance carriers there. And then they will come back to me with a number of plans. I will narrow them down to a few options based on what you told me is important to you and your family. So I just went through and I just let him know several different things that are going to occur. That I'm, a broker. I have several different contracts that I can help him with. Another example is, hi, Bob, this is Tammy with AHCP Insurance Agency. I'm so glad I got you on the phone. I've been assigned to be the agent for your health insurance. I specialize in assisting individuals with customizing health plans that save on average around 15% of current premium costs. Are you currently insured? No? Well, how long have you been without it? Any reason why? If they answer yes, then have them tell you about their situation or current health insurance. These are engaging questions. You want to definitely make sure that you're asking open-ended questions that are engaging. It keeps the customer and client more on the phone and more engaged with what you're asking and going to do and tell them. And discovery, you should be honest about 70% of your sales process. If you are sitting there and doing the best plan presentation, but it meets zero of your client's needs, you're wasting both yours and the client's time. But if you spend the time here in the beginning, you'll be able to find out what the client's needs are and match it with the correct product. Get them to talk. This is where you get all the information from what you need to complete the application. Plus, it'll help you with building a relationship and rapport with your client. You want them to have, that client for life. The more you know about them, the better. You'll want to ask open-ended questions, as I said. Who are they currently insured with? Are they currently insured? What don't they like about that insurance? What do they like about it? How much are they currently paying for their plan? With that question, that'll immediately let you know the kind of threshold if they say they're paying too much and can't afford it. You'll know to not go above that mark. It also lets you know you need to find a plan that is, a plan that offers more, but maybe has, a less expense tag on it. Ask what's important to them. Remember, your job is to get them to talk. The more you talk, the more they hate you. The more they talk, the more they love you for being a good listener. So a good example is, okay, great. If you like the plan, I'll ask you a bunch of nosy questions as part of the application because the carriers will need to make sure you qualify the plans they offer. With all the information you were able to collect and gain in your discovery process, you now should be able to go through and either ensure they qualify for the plans you are running quotes with or be able to submit to the carrier for further underwriting process. And your presentation is everything. So definitely keep this in mind when you present what you have to offer to your prospects. Make sure that it fits them. Review the highlights. Make sure that they have a good understanding to the products that they are purchasing and how it will benefit them. Use the information you have done with your discovery and qualifying your clients to find the best plan option for them. When you are on the phone with them, email them the product information and brochures if you have it available. I never recommend emailing out the quote because that kind of tells me that they're just going through and doing shopping and that they're not really interested in buying from you. It tells me that they're going to go around and try and find the absolute best quote they can get. You need to make sure that your presentation is going to give them value for what they're going to buy. Make sure that you go over all the benefits and highlights with your client, how it's going to fit their needs, how they're going to use it, what networks, what doctors. Make sure that you go through and cover all the information that they're going to need and keep them engaged. When you're on the phone with them, definitely you can email out that or you can do a screen share. I know plenty of agents that'll go through, do screen share technology. It's whatever is comfortable to you or the client. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely a visual learner, and I have to see it to be able to understand it and retain it. So if it means getting it over into their email and having them take the extra time to go into their computer and open that email up and go through the brochure with you, then definitely take that time with your client. Or, as I said, there is that screen share technology. Take that opportunity to go through, make sure that those benefits are fitting those clients' needs. The key is being able to demonstrate how you and your product will suitably, reliably, and sustainably match the prospect's needs, identified and agreed with all the constraints. Showing them how what you have to offer will solve their problems. Tell them about other people who have had similar situations, approved on the plans, and have acquired it for themselves. It's letting them know that there are other people out there. Testimony is absolutely huge in this industry. Once you've stirred up enough desire, you'll get your prospect thinking about taking action, and it's time to close the deal. When clear opportunities are not acted upon, particularly by the customer, you as the agent must suggest or encourage to move to complete the sale or move to the next stage. You definitely want to assume the sale. Using an acceptable close will call to action. You're gently moving your clients and customers toward the direction in closing. If you like the plan, I will ask you a bunch of questions as part of the application. Then we'll need the routing and account number for your account. It's immediately letting them know that you're going to be receiving payment for that plan if they like it. Don't ask them for their banking account because it sends up red flags immediately, but feel free to go ahead and ask for the routing and account number. People are a little bit more reserved and hesitant to give their personal information over the phone nowadays. So you need to make sure that you use the proper words that are going to make that customer feel at ease. If someone says it's too expensive, you need to say, is it too expensive and that you can't afford it, or are you not getting enough for what you're paying? As I said, make sure that you assume the sale. Go through, let them know that call to action. You're mapping out the entire phone call and sales presentation to them, letting them know who you are, what you do. You're going to go ahead, reach out to all the different carriers and get the best quote for them and the best plan available for them. You're going to present it all to them, and then you're going to let them know that you're going to need that routing and account number for payment if they like it. And that just kind of wraps up our simple phone process to make things nice, quick, and easy for you all. So if there's any questions on anything today, you want some of those various little scripts and how to do the phone sales, please feel free, reach out to us. You can contact training at ahcpsales.com, or you can always reach out to the great agency service team. They're there to help you as well at 877-228-8773. And to just wrap up with a thank you, always be closing. That doesn't mean you're always closing the deal, but it does mean that you need to always be closing on the next step in process. Again, please feel free to reach out and contact us. You have any ideas, tips, want anything particular covered, let us know. It's training at ahcpsales.com. I hope you all have a fantastic week and definitely keep those sales nice and strong. Thank you.